Hi, I am sitting in Titan stall waiting for the rain to stop because it's just raining off and on, off and on. So I was hello, hi, hi. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna film the Q&A while I'm sitting around waiting for the rain to stop so I can turn them out. 'Cause I think it is stopping tonight. So yeah, I'm gonna answer some of your questions. What was your worst fall? I got this question twice. My worst fall was a while ago. I was maybe 12, 13, and I got bucked off this quarter horse. He had quite the buck, and he got like stung by something, and then like I like finished my ride, had a great ride. He got stung by something, took off bucking. I kind of like yeeted myself off the side because he was bucking to the edge of the arena, and the edge of the arena dropped into a ditch, and there was no fence. So I was like, I gotta get off. End up with concussion, dislocated collarbone, and a broken rib. And did I dislocate my hip? No, I just like bruised my hip really, really bad. So I did end up in the hospital for that one. I was like, no, I'm fine. Was not fine, not at all. That was a really painful one to recover from. But I just like hit the ground really hard. I guess I don't know. But that was my worst fall for sure. It's raining harder. Hopefully you can hear me. What do you like to do when you're not horseying? When I'm not horseying, I like to hang out with my friends, hang out with my boyfriend for sure. That's a big one. It's so loud. I don't know if you can hear me. I am an avid tanner in the summer. Like you will always catch me by the pool in the summer. Um, I'm like your typical girl. I like to go shopping. I like to get my nails done. I like to do all those kinds of things. All the things I like to do when I'm not working or doing something horse related. And I do try to have a good work life balance when I'm back home in Georgia and like have my weekends to myself, like if I'm not on a horse show and kind of stuff like that. So hopefully that answers that question. Do you just show Titan or other people's horses too? I show whatever is available to show. I will show anything and everything. So no, not just Titan. I show client horses, sale horses, all kinds of different things. So, but Titan's like my personal horse. Like he'll be the one that I will be showing the most, if that makes sense. How long have you been riding for? I've been riding for 18 years. How is Moon doing today? Moon is great. He's doing really, really well. Are you ever going to get more horses or sell any of your horses right now? Um, I'm sure I will get more horses at some point, like sale horses. But at the moment, no plans on buying any more horses and no plans on selling any horses. So I'm kind of just keeping it the same for now. Um, but there will definitely be more horses in the future. There will be sale horses, investment horses, stuff like that. So hopefully that makes sense. What is the job you have in Florida? I see you on new horses all the time, so I'm curious. I work for someone else here in Florida. I work for a really big sale barn. They have a lot of sale horses, so that's all the horses you see me riding are a lot of the sale horses, like just schooling those horses. So yeah, that's why I'm on so many different things. I'm here, which is exactly why I'm here, to ride different horses and learn from new people. So that's been great. What made you decide to turn professional versus staying an adult amateur? Going professional is something I always knew I wanted to do. Like, I was never like, oh, this is just a hobby for me. I want to do something else. Like, it was always like, no, this is my career. Like, this is what I want to do with my life. So it was an easy choice. I love teaching and I love doing training rides and I love being able to show other people's horses and get paid to do it. So it was a pretty easy choice for me, to be honest. Tips for stable lower leg. My lower was great a year ago. Now I don't think I can say, can you cuss on here? I don't know. Now it's crap. I ride every day until I'm improving. Please help. A tip I gave to a lot of my students when they were working on like their lower legs, staying underneath themselves over the jump, is like it's almost like muscle memory. Like it's a strength thing, but it's also muscle memory. Like you have to tell yourself over and over and over and over again to keep your lower leg underneath your body when you're going over the jump, if that makes sense. So something I would always tell them is as you're going over the jump, think about trying to touch your heel, like the bottom of your foot, your heel, to your horse's elbow or to their shoulder. Like try to touch your heel to their shoulder over the jump, and that really seemed to help them as far as muscle memory goes, being able to kind of think about that motion and create a habit as they're jumping. And then also like a lot of work in your 2 point and a lot of no stirrup work will help with the strength to be able to do that as well. So hopefully that helps. What are your goals for Titan? Big jumper classes. Those are the goals. And that's what he's bred for. That's what I bought him for. And that's what he's really shown me that he has the athleticism and capability and desire to do. So we're still on track for that. I'd say so. Do you like when friends and family come and watch you perform at shows? And is it hard being far away where they can't come and watch? Yeah, I do like when they come and watch. It's great when they come and watch, but at the same time, it's like this is also my job, so I do it a lot and I do it by myself a lot. So I'm kind of used to them also not being there, if that makes sense. So I love when they're there, and if they're not there, it's okay too. What's your current job? What were your previous jobs in detail, please? What does professional do or mean? I'm not going to answer this question on here because I have an entire video about it. I think it's under my Q&As playlist, so go check it out. It's like my whole story, what I'm doing, my job. It's all the details of my whole life, basically, so go check that out if you want to know the answer to that question. Hopefully it doesn't sound like I'm yelling because it's raining so hard I can't even hear myself talk. You said you think that he's done growing and that his wither broke. What does that mean? What I said is, I think he's popped his wither, which means like basically when they're done, when they're growing, their backs are really straight all the way across. And then when they grow, their butts go up, and then the front end comes up, and then the butt goes up, and then the front end goes up. That's why you hear people say, like, oh, he looks butt high, he's probably growing. So once they finally even out, and then their wither ends up being the highest point of their back. That's kind of what it means when their withers popped and they're not just so straight along the back anymore. So that's kind of a telltale sign that they're done growing, if that makes sense. Not wither broke, wither popped. Broke is not the right word for it. I know you probably answered this a lot, but how tall is Titan? Also, how did you find and buy him? He is probably a little bit over 18 hands at this point. I need to remeasure him. He's very tall, but I love it. How did you find him and buy him? So I found him. I knew his breeder before I like knew about him or was even really looking for a horse because she was a good friend of my old trainer. Well, still trainer, but like trainer I used to work for here, like a few years ago. And I was like, I'm kind of looking for a baby, like a jumper baby. And she was like, I have jumper babies. And I was like, cool, can I come see him? And she's like, yeah, I have one. And what she said to me, she's like, well, just fair warning, he's kind of big. He's like 16 too. It doesn't look like a baby. He was like not even two. I was like, okay, well, I'll just come see him. So that's how I met his breeder, and then ended up buying him like at the end of that winter. So it's like almost 3 years ago exactly. So yeah, I have also have a video on his story, like Hit Titan story. So you can also check that out if you want like more details about how I got him, where I got him, all the things like that. You should measure him again. I know. I need to. That's all the questions. Someone said, may I say you're doing an amazing job? Thank you. That's very kind. And there's a lot of new people here, so welcome all the new people, and thank you for following along my journey with Titan. And thank you for all the people that have been following along my journey with Titan. It means the world to me. And if you have any more questions, just drop them in the comments and I will try to get back to you. So, yeah, there you have it.